Prince of Darkness is the second film in John Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy, the first being The Thing, which was about an alien plague threatening the world. This time around with Prince of Darkness, a very different kind of plague, a very real and physical manifestation of evil being unleashed into the world and threatening to bring an end to it. And it's a very intense kind of movie. It's really cool actually, like how this film it tries to bring together elements of science and religion basically and supernatural and kind of really the whole basis is the group of characters who are scientists. They're all of different disciplines, microbiologists, engineers, mathematicians, what have you, uh, all trying to prove scientifically that this evil is being unleashed. So I think that's kind of cool, and it is interesting, how this film kind of offers explanations to, like, say, supernatural kind of stuff where you could watch something like, say, The Exorcist or any number of kind of demonic, supernatural, whatever kind of movies where, objects move on their own and fly around, stuff like that. Well, this kind of offers up a scientific reason behind that. What if it's kind of like a kinetic energy that is forcing these objects through a certain kind of will? What if, with everything in the world, everything is atoms and matter? What if there is anti-atoms, the antimatter, reality, anti-reality, God, Christ, antichrist, anti-God? And that's kind of what they're going for, and kind of what they describe as a universal mind that can tap into both these worlds and hopefully close the door between them, otherwise face certain doom. So that's kind of what they're all gathered in this church about. I mean, basically, the plot is uh, started with a priest, Donald Pleasance, returning again under John Carpenter's direction after the wonderful role in Halloween, playing Dr. Loomis. Here he's Father Loomis, so maybe a relative. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Um, a member of the church, I think it's the archdiocese. He had died, and he uncovers this secret, a secret key to a secret room with a secret text that needs to be deciphered, and he enlists the help of a professor played by Victor Wong, who enlists the help of students and colleagues. And really, what Father Loomis wants to do is to warn the world of this evil coming. And because of the state of the world and how people really, they believe in science now, and what you can really only see in front of you, what you can see that can be proven scientifically. He feels that the best way to warn the world is to be able to definitively prove the existence of this evil scientifically. So that's pretty cool. And there's the whole stuff with this secret order of the sleep that goes back to ancient times, where kind of Christ had a similar mission, and people thought him to be insane because he couldn't prove the existence of this evil. So as time passed, evil became more of a not so tangible kind of notion, more, just the evil of man, right? So it's easier to swallow, when in fact there is a very, very real evil that really wants to take over the world. And ultimately it does become this, after they do their scientific studies and get deeper and deeper into uh, strange things that even they can't really explain, it becomes more of a fight for survival. And of course, it becomes their mission to stop the anti-god from getting into the world, and that's the main goal of these characters here, and what all is set up here, and all the scientific jargon, all this kind of stuff. What it allows is, a bunch of fun, crazy, horrific, scary horror movie stuff to happen, and that's exactly what follows through with the movie. So there's a lot of good stuff. A lot of sort of possessions in a sense, where people are being kind of taken one by one, and the homeless in the streets are gathering in hordes and threatening them. And one of them, of course, is Alice Cooper, and one of the main homeless people, and all this crazy nutso stuff, which is great. So it does a good job in both kind of, providing something a little bit more interesting in a paranormal, supernatural, religious mythos based horror film, along with the scientific explanations of that. But it has its cake and eats it too, and has some really cool, horrific kind of stuff. The kind of stuff I guess you would expect from a Carpenter film. So it's really well done, and of course, I mean, it's visually a really nice looking movie too. There's a lot of I don't know. I guess I just like kind of this gothic church imagery, which it's a real church, and they fill it up with the lights, and they have the gestating force, and it's this green goo that's hovering, and that's really cool, and lots of cool effects and stuff like that. So it's very impressive, and definitely the music is great. It's Carpenter doing the music. It's really kind of this intense synth score, which really fits in nicely with the tone of the movie, and kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. So it's a different kind of movie. It's definitely something that goes for, I don't know, something to kind of chew on a little bit. Some interesting ideas that kind of get you thinking a little bit of how uh, science and religion can kind of have this marriage, and working it into this horror film. Not unlike something like The Exorcist, which is about the science of psychology, and bring that to religion, and all that kind of stuff, where in like kind of like a post Vatican II kind of world, the church and science are friends, right? I guess, I don't know, but it's all very interesting stuff to think about. And of course we have very tense moments, very good horrific scenes, and good characters. I mean, definitely. I mean, Donald Pleasance. He's always a joy to see. Always a pro. I really like the Victor Wong character. There's also Dennis Dunn, who's kind of the wisecracker of the group. He's really funny. And Peter Jason, also kind of a little bit more of a funny guy, and Susan Blanchard, who seems so innocent at the beginning, but she kind of becomes host to the Antichrist. So she has all these moments at the end where she's like, "Father, Father, I'll help you escape." It's really good stuff, and really good shock at the end, which I guess I won't give away, but it's actually kind of one of like the earliest like memes I remember seeing. Like the like the very moment at the end, it's become this kind of meme that you used to see quite a bit. Maybe not so much anymore, but I don't know if you remember the meme I'm talking about that emerged from this movie all those years ago. Please let me know I'm not crazy here, right? But definitely highly recommended. A great John Carpenter film. Aside from maybe Halloween, The Thing, maybe this might be my favorite John Carpenter movie. I think it's quite fantastic, quite worthy of any October horror movie marathon. I would say it's always worth revisiting, and that's exactly what I've done. Revisited the film, and enjoyed it as always. It's definitely worth a look. So that's my review. Prince of Darkness, from 1987, Part 2 of the Apocalypse trilogy. Be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be sure to stay with me for the rest of 31 Days of Horror. Horror movie reviews every day on the channel, 2020. Stay tuned, stay scared, and until next time, I'll see you later.